Hey guys, how are you today? Today's video is going to be a little bit different, a little something that I haven't done on my channel before. It's going to be a lip swatch video. I hope you're okay with that because we're going to do some lip swatches. So the swatches I'm showing you today are going to be on this Sephora Favorites Give Me More Lip. It's a lip bundle, obviously, and it's a bunch of lips that are in Sephora, and maybe you don't want to pay full price and try the whole thing. It's a good way to try a bunch of products at once for a discounted price. This kit retails for $68 US and 82 Canadian dollars. It is a 212 US value. So this is a good way to try out lip products from Sephora and, like, you know, different brands that you may not have ever tried before and you may have been curious about. This little kit is good for those of you who just want to, like, dip your toes in and see what's good. I believe Sephora has one other kit like this, and it's the mascara one. I feel like I would have been more interested in the mascara one, but I didn't pay for this. This was gifted to me. And I felt like with all those kits out there, you never know what's good, especially because the holidays are coming. So I felt like this kind of video would come in handy to some of you guys. It is a lip swatch video, and I am going to be inserting my swatches, but I am going to talk about each and every single product because I have tried them all on and I have my initial thoughts on how I feel about them. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna take this lip off, and this box is just plain, and we're gonna open it up, and all the lips are presented as so, and they're kind of displayed in the box randomly. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the lip glosses first, and then the lipstick, the creams, and the liquid lipsticks. So the first thing in the box that I want to talk about is this Bare Minerals Gen Nude in the shade Everything, and I really like this. I'm kind of a gloss girl in general, but there are some that I don't like, and the formula on this was just amazing. I loved it. It was extremely pigmented. I only needed one dip to apply to my whole lips. The formula is kind of sticky, but it's not too sticky. It's something that I feel like would last a good bit longer on your lips. You could wear it for a longer amount of time throughout the day, and it is so pigmented that you could wear it with your glam makeup, but you could also wear this on a day with no makeup and it would look absolutely beautiful. It is a really nice pinky nude, and it's perfect for every day. And like I said, it's sticky, but it's a long lasting, it's comfortable sticky. Like, the formula is really thick, and I feel like that comes off with a bad connotation, but I don't know, there's just something about this that is just delicious. I love this. I love this lip gloss. I think it's one of my favorites in the box. So the next one that I want to talk about is this Tarte H2O gloss, and this is in the shade Hang 10. I haven't really looked at shade names until I started filming this video. So the Tarte gloss was very similar to the Bare Minerals one, but at the same time it was different. You know what I mean? It was different. It did have a bit of a thicker formula, and I found that it could be a tiny bit goopy, but it wasn't bad. And I feel like this was a little bit stickier than the Bare Minerals one too, but it was still very comfortable to wear. This gloss is a very light pink nude. Like, it's pink, but it's not too pinky, you know what I mean? Like, that pink doesn't shine through too much, you know. It's a really nice nude. You can get coverage with this. This is a gloss that you can get coverage with, but you need to apply a lot, which is kind of hard because this thing is just so itty bitty. It's literally the size of my finger. It's so tiny. But I have to say that out of all the ones in here, this is my favorite packaging. I'm so drawn to these raindrops on the top, and the gradient from, like, the gold to the green to the blue is so pretty, and the raindrops are actually textured. If you can see, there's tiny little raindrops all over the cap, and you can actually feel them. They're very textured, and it's kind of cool. I think this is so pretty. Absolutely my favorite packaging. The next to the last gloss that I want to talk about, there's one more after this. This is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine. Hi-Fi? High five. This is the Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine Ultra Cushion Lip Gloss in the shade Naked. Sexy. Initially, upon applying this lip gloss, I was like, whoa, I don't think I'm gonna like this. It was unique. I'm not sure if it's because it's so tiny, maybe the bigger packaging is a little bit easier to apply, but I found this extremely hard to apply. It was almost like it was tugging at my lips as I was doing it, and there's really no pigment that comes off. There's like a tiny bit, but it's extremely sheer. And the texture on this too is a little bit hard to describe. Like, it's very thick, and that seems to be the theme so far of the lip glosses in the box. It is a thick formula, but it's almost waxy feeling, which the other two did not feel that way. This kind of has a waxy feel to it, but it's almost like, I don't know, it feels hydrating too. Like, it's not a bad waxy per se, but if you like thick formulas like this, you might like this because it did feel hydrating. And now let's talk about the smell on this little guy. The smell is extremely strong. It's a very, very strong minty smell. I wasn't necessarily a fan of it, and the smell doesn't stay. It kind of fades into like a thin mint Girl Scout cookie kind of mint smell. And in case you're wondering, it's not a plumper, and it doesn't feel tingly either. It feels kind of, it has like a kind of cooling feeling to it. It's definitely not one of those lip plumbers. It's definitely not one of those lip plumpers that are gonna burn your lips. It kind of feels cool. I feel like I could see myself reaching for this when my lips are just feeling like crap and I want a little bit of shine at the same time, because this was hydrating. So initially I didn't like it, but I think I ended up liking it after I gathered my thoughts on it. So the last lip gloss in the box is this Huda Beauty Lip Strobe, and this is in the shade Snobby. This lip gloss right here, this is what I would consider to be a normal lip gloss formula. And for me, that means it's something that's, it's not sticky, but it's also something that's not gonna slide around too much and get all over my teeth. It kind of reminds me of the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips a little bit. Like, I really, really enjoyed this formula. And it's also more pigmented than I expected. Like, you see it and it's like, oh, it's pretty, it's pink, I see the shimmers, and it's just gonna glide on top of whatever I wear. But it has some pigment to it. You can see the pink, you can see the shimmers. Like, it's not like full bam in your face pigment, but there's something there. I could see myself wearing this as a lip topper. I could also see this being really pretty for parties. I really didn't expect to like this one, but honestly, I think this one is gorgeous. Next, the only true like bullet lipstick in the whole thing is this Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in the shade Bond Girl. This is a cream formula, obviously, as a lipstick. And this is kind of a pinky nude, but a little bit on the deeper side, kind of more mauve-y. It's really, really pretty. And it's not full coverage, but it has enough coverage to where one swipe it would be enough, but it builds really well on top of itself. And no matter how many layers you put on top of this, it still feels light like a cloud. It's very hydrating, and it doesn't do the cakey thing in the corner of your mouth, which is nice. And it genuinely feels like luxury. Charlotte Tilbury's stuff in general is very luxurious, and this lipstick is no different. It's very heavy. Like, this feels like money. So next up is this Nars Velvet Matte Lip, and this is in the shade Do Me Baby. I didn't expect that. I would say the formula to this was very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. It was very nice and light, and I can't describe the feeling perfectly. It felt very wet but dry at the same time, kind of like airy but also hydrating. I think velvet, which is, it's in the name, I feel like velvet is a nice description for it. And this is a brownish pinky nude. It's definitely an everyday nude for me, for sure. I would wear this day to day, absolutely. And I feel like, other than the Charlotte Tilbury, the only other one that I've tried that feels similar to this, and it's not in the box, is a drugstore, the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lips. Those feel so nice and airy, but they're not like the whipped formula. It feels very similar to this. Just, of course, the Flower Beauty ones are, they dry down a little bit more because they're a liquid lipstick. But yeah, this is nice. So next up is this Marc Jacobs lip crayon, and this is in the shade Plum and Get It. Ooh, all these names. Okay, so this is so stunning. I've kind of stayed away from colors like this. Like, I felt like I did not like colors like this, and then I put it on and I was like, damn. Like, I really thought this was gorgeous once applied. And this one little lip crayon, it does a lot. It's like a deep reddish berry, but it kind of has a duochrome kind of shift to it, and it makes the center of your lips just appear lighter and more full. And you're not even adding any extra shades to do this. It's all this one thing. Like, it brings the light to the center of your lips. It's so nice. I can honestly say this color is so unique. I don't have any other things like this in my collection. It's gorgeous. Initially, it feels very satiny, but it does dry down and feel a bit matte, but it still appears to be the satiny finish. And one swipe of this is like extreme full coverage. All you need is one swipe. And it does dry down to a point where you feel safe, to where it's not gonna slide around and get on your teeth, which is one of the main things I look for in lip products, because I hate when things get on my teeth. So next up is this Sephora cream lip stain, and I was about to say this is in the shade Made in Italy. No, it's not the shade name, and I can't find it anywhere on here, so it's this one. And honestly, I am not a fan of colors like this. It's a very pale nude, and it's a very cool toned. Of course, any lip color can look good with the right kind of look. I mean, it's definitely a doable color, but it's not like an everyday for me, obviously. And I would say this one, is very much a stain. Like, it's a cream lip stain, and I would say it's very true to its name. And it would need a lip liner. After all the swatching I was doing and then I applied this on, I could still see like the reddish colors from my lips peeking through. And this does dry, but it feels kind of like sticky when it dries, and it does the weird like lip pull together thing when you do that. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just really not into this one. I feel like, I mean, I would reach for this if I put like a gloss on top of it or something, but if I'm being totally honest, I have other stuff that I would reach for instead of this one, because I'm just not a fan. It does cake up in the inner corners of your mouth, but just one good thing about this is that it is transfer proof. You would think that it wouldn't be transfer proof because it dries down and it's kind of like does the sticky mouth thing, but it's completely transfer proof. Like, there's nothing transferring. That's something good. So next up is this Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lip, and this is in the shade Queen Bee, and this looks like it might be one of their more popular shades. I'm not sure. I've never been a fan of this, and this is yet another very pale pinky nude. I feel like this color specifically is not very flattering on me. I feel like it would look probably better on some deeper skin tones, because for me, I'm already so pale, and something pale on top of pale like completely washes me out. This going on, it feels very satiny, but it dries really fast and it dries really matte. So if you're one of those people that's like, I can't wear liquid lipsticks because it dries my lips out, I get it. Me, you won't like this. For me, this literally looks like everything that I hate in a liquid lipstick, but I am biased against them in the first place. This accentuates every line on my lips, and it creates new ones. Lines that weren't even there, it's creating them, and it's looking very dry and cracky and just not healthy. It is transfer proof all the way, and if you do have dry lips and you still want to try this out, I would suggest maybe a gloss on top, or maybe kind of a waxy hydrating base underneath. That's if you still want to try this out. But if you have non-dry lips and you're a person that really likes liquid lipsticks, this would probably last a really long time. I would say this is a good formula for people like you, but for people like me who is dry as crap, it's a no-go. And it is a full coverage liquid lipstick. You can apply just like a tiny wash of this and kind of spread it out on your lips, and it's still very full coverage, but it builds just fine and it's not thick feeling. So next up in the box is this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Poet, and this is so gorgeous. It is extremely full coverage. One dip can apply the whole lips. It feels very satiny going on, and it's a really deep, gorgeous mauve color. I love this color so much. I could wear this all the time. This color is honestly so perfect for the fall, and I am in love with this now. It dries matte actually, and this color is really gorgeous, but as I've said, I am biased against liquid lipsticks, and this does look a bit too dry to me. So it's not like the greatest formula in the world for me, but the color is so stunning. This would look good on literally everybody. It would look good on every skin tone, and even though it dries looking dry to me, it's still very comfortable to wear. And I feel like I would wear this again. I would pair it with like a gloss or something just to be able to wear this color again because it is so pretty. With this liquid lip, there is no transfer at all, which is really, really nice. But after I took this off, I had to take a break and like use some Aquaphor on my lips because I had to like scrub with the makeup wipe to get it off. Like it was on there and it was not going. Okay, so the next thing in the box is this YSL Tatouage Couture Matte Stain. I don't think it has a name on it. It's one of those tiny little samples. It's so cute. But my soul is literally screaming over this color. It's a very fiery red orange. Like it's not totally red, it's not like a true red. It does have like an orange undertone in here, and it is so gorgeous. What it reminds me of as far as the color is the ColourPop X Kathleen Lights. It was her ultra satin lip, and I think it was the shade Riv. I think that's how you say it, but it reminds me of that color so much. It is so gorgeous. It is extremely full coverage, so you get very full coverage of this beautiful color, and it feels very wet, very slippery upon applying. I will say what stood out to me the most about this, my initial kind of very first impression of this, is the smell. And I feel like that's the only thing that I don't like about this. The smell took me back like immediately. It smells exactly like somebody just cracked open a fruity beer. Like it's not any kind of fancy alcoholic beverage, nothing like that. No, it smells like an actual beer, but like the fruity kind, you know what I mean? And I was very surprised with that smell coming from a YSL product. I've never tried anything by them. This is literally the first thing that I've ever tried by YSL, and they've always screamed like luxury to me. That smell did not seem very luxurious. It was very strong initially, but it did fade the longer I wore it, and honestly it wouldn't be nothing to like make me not want to wear it again, you know? Like it's gross, but also who do I think I am? Like I can get past that. Now this does take an extremely long time to dry down, and it doesn't dry down all the way. And it's also extremely transferable. It did not pass the kiss test at all. But even though it was not transfer proof, the coverage still stayed completely on my lips. It is very comfortable to wear. It looks very healthy, and it just, I don't know, it makes me feel beautiful when I wear this. I love this. Like even though there was that issue with the smell, this is really nice. I like this. I'm gonna wear this again. Okay, so the only other like red in the box is this Kat Von D liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Outlaw, and this is more of like a true red. It doesn't have the same orangey undertones as the YSL one. It's a very red. It kind of reminds me of a Christmas red. It's really, really pretty. I mean, first when you apply it, it's kind of like a really bright candy apple red, but then it dries a little bit deeper, and then it gets the Christmassy vibes. It is a very beautiful color, but I will say it does need a lip liner. It's really slippery to apply, and you can tell that it's gonna like slip and slide right outside your lip lines if you don't wear a lip liner. But at the same time, this does dry, and it dries really fast and really matte. This doesn't look as cracky as most liquid lipsticks do though. Even though it dries, it still leaves a little bit of kind of a sticky feeling, but not too much. It's not like overly sticky. It's just like a tiny bit there, and it makes it really comfortable to wear. Now you have been warned, you will get the butthole lips with this one. There will be butthole lips, but it will last a very long time. And lasting a long time, it will feel just fine and comfortable on your lips. But after a while, I can tell that this is the kind of liquid lipstick that's gonna be like flaky in your inner corners. Like it's gonna flake that color off. And that kind of ties in with butthole lips anyway, so you know it's coming. And for a matte liquid lip, I was very impressed by this. I thought it was really pretty, and I would actually consider purchasing other colors if it was the same formula as this. And I mean, that's exactly what this box is for, is to test out stuff that you wouldn't normally test out for kind of a discounted price, because I would have definitely passed this up. I wouldn't have even looked twice at it if it was full size on the shelf. So next, this little bitty baby sized little sample product is the Bite Beauty liquid lip, and this is in the shade, I think, Marsala, and this is so beautiful and deep. It is so gorgeous, but it's really comfortable. It does not dry down. It's completely non-transfer proof. Like, it will get on your stuff, it will get on your teeth, it will slip outside the line. So I would suggest a lip liner or something if you are going to wear this. I have worn this outside of the house before, and it was on my teeth constantly throughout the day, and it kind of wore off as soon as I started eating. But it's such a shame because it is such a beautiful color. Like, I'm obsessed with this, and Bite Beauty makes some good stuff. I know all of their products are completely natural. Like, you could eat their lipsticks. That's how natural they are. I would consider trying out their like lipsticks, but this one in the liquid lipstick form, it was too goopy for me. Even though it was a beautiful color, I don't think that I would reach for this often, because it's really messy, but it's beautiful. And the last lipstick in the box, and it's the one that I'm wearing on my lips right now, is the Smashbox Always On Metallic Matte in Vino Noir. I think that may be it. I'm not sure. I'm not too good at figuring out names, but it's this one. I have tried out one Smashbox liquid lip before, and it was in my BoxyCharm, and it kind of feels very similar to this. It dries down very matte. This one is a metallic one, so obviously it has the metallic finish, but the feel of it is it dries down matte. I don't need a lip liner or anything. I probably could have gone with a more comfortable base underneath, just because it does dry my lips out a lot. And hello, butthole lips. I had butthole lips with the other one too. There's something about this one that is just completely gorgeous. I don't normally gravitate towards metallic lips, but there's something about this one that was just like, wear me today. Gorgeous. Like, I love this. It's so fall and just like kind of vampy. I have been eating and stuff before I filmed this video wearing this lip, and it has stayed on just fine. I can tell that, you know, towards like the end of the day, it's gonna get cracky on the inside, and the butthole lips are already showing a little bit, but for the most part, it wears pretty good. So it's very metallic, and it's kind of a very deep plum, kind of like a brownish, plumish deepness going on. If the name is Vino Noir, it's very fitting. That's a good name for this. And it's extremely pigmented, applying obviously. And even though it does feel dry, there's still like the tiniest bit of stick to it. You can see when I do my lips like that, they still stick together a little bit, but it does not transfer at all, and it's very comfortable for the most part. Like, obviously, as I said a million times in this video alone, that I'm not a fan of liquid lipsticks, but this one stays comfortable for a good amount of time before it starts feeling too dry, you know what I mean? And I would reach for this if the look permitted, and you know what? Today's look permitted it. I think I'm a fan of this one. Okay guys, we made it through the entire box, the entire Sephora lip collection holiday kit box. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, if you found it helpful in any way, leave me a comment below letting me know. Hit that like button. Girl, you better subscribe to my channel, because what are you doing watching my videos and not subscribing? I don't know either. So hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching. I love you with my whole heart, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. It is a lip swatch video, but I'm gonna be so you know what I mean? Like, that pink doesn't shine too. Maybe the camera's not gonna focus. Okay, so yes, camera focus. Initially, upon applying, and I was like, whoa, you know. Excuse me. No. Because I feel like it. Oh, I'm still recording. Hello. I have tried it. So